Hi, I'm Heath and welcome to another 55 plus workout. Today we're mostly concentrating on the upper body. There's a couple of exercises you can use some light dumbbells with, so choose something you're comfortable with, 2, 3, 4 kilograms. If throughout the exercise, if you become a little bit fatigued and you're starting to lose your technique, just drop those dumbbells and just revert back to body weight. Okay, cool. So I hope you're feeling well, ready to exercise. Let's take those knees up in some high knees and some marching on the spot. And we'll get our arms into it too, because we are trying to warm up our upper body. We are using our lower body as well, but predominantly concentrating on the upper body. Okay, so let's just take our legs and feet out a little bit wider. And we'll start punching up towards the sky. And let's take those punches out to the side. And what we'll do now is try and bring our feet up closer to our backside. And we'll do some bicep curls. Okay, so I'm going to come back around to the front now. I'm going to plant our feet on the ground, except for when I pivot around. So I'm going to twist around, that trailing leg there. It's going to pivot up, and we're going to be punching out to the side as my mat blows away. Okay, so here we are again, punching out to the side. Start punching up towards the sky. You don't need to be going as fast as me, you can go as slow as you want. You can also go faster than me if you want. And we'll punch down lower. Okay, so we're gonna do a few body weight squats now. Okay, so feet shoulder width apart. Okay, knees in line with our toe, our second big toe. And we're gonna sit back down into our heels and then up into full standing. Okay, come back to a bit of a march. Let's shake it out a little bit. And we're gonna plant our feet again. We're gonna just push up into the sky, up towards the ceiling with our hands. If that's causing any pain in your shoulders, you can push straight out in front of you. But otherwise, we'll push straight up into a shoulder / chest press. And we're going to continue to do pretty much the same movement. However, now we're going to concentrate on your upper back muscles. So when you're pulling your elbows back towards your body, you want to give these muscles here at the top between your shoulder blades, at the top of your back, you want to give them a bit of a squeeze. So we're pushing out, bringing our elbows back, and giving those muscles between our shoulder blades a nice bit of a squeeze to get the blood pumping into that area. Okay, have a bit of a shake out and we'll move into the main part of the exercise program now. Okay, so first exercise we're going to do, I'll give you a couple of different variations and demonstrate to you before you go ahead and do that yourself. So, okay, this exercise is called a thruster. So we're combining a lower body with an upper body exercise. So the lower body exercise is a simple squat. You can use a chair for this, if you need to sit down into the chair, and then just basically a chair stand as you come out of that chair, and you'll go up into the thruster. But if you're not using a chair, you're just doing a body weight like I am now, you'll go down into a squat, really concentrating on rolling your shoulders back, keeping your belly button tucked in, keeping your spine neutral and flat. I'm gonna sit down, and as we come up from the thruster, we're gonna push our arms and hands up into the air. Okay, you can use a couple of light dumbbells with this one. However, if you haven't done the exercise before, I recommend you do it just by body weight, okay? Cool. So, are you with me now? You're ready? Good to go. Let's go for 8. Okay, so knees, we don't want our knees to cave in. We want our knees in line with our second big toe. And as we come up, we're pushing up into the sky. And that's for 1. It's 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you find you're coming up on your toes with this exercise, it might mean that you do not have the flexibility at this stage. So for the next set, when we go through, if you're coming up on your toes like so, just come down to the point where you feel as though that's you're starting to come forward onto your toes. And if that's the case, we're just going to go straight back up, okay? So we do not want to come up on our toes. It places too much stress on our knees. So we're going to sit down and then come up without coming up onto our toes, okay? Cool. Next exercise now, once again, allow me to demonstrate. So lower body, it is a lunge. However, it's a static lunge. So we're going to get into a lunge position like so. Okay, so lunge position, one leg out in front, our hips are to be squared off. Okay, so we're not going to go and do the actual lunge unless, of course, you're up for an extra challenge and you want to do that as well. Okay, you can use a couple of light dumbbells as well, but only if you've done this particular exercise. Okay, so for the upper body component, we're going to do a lateral raise. So we're like a marionette puppet. We're going to bring our elbows up into in line with our shoulders like so. Bring our elbows back down to the side of our body, to that starting position, okay? Rightio. So it's just a lateral raise, the lower body, we're just keeping that static. Okay, we're gonna go for 6 each side. Here we go, raising our elbows up to in line with our shoulders, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so we're going to take the other leg forward. Once we've got our lower body stable, squared off, nice and firm, we're going to start off by raising our elbows up into in line with our shoulders. And let's go for one more. Okay, good work. With a bit of a shakeout, we're going to go through those 2 exercises again. So back into the thrusters, whether you're using which is the squat with a press. Okay, so whether you're using a chair or not, whether you're doing a just body weight or whether you're using a couple of light dumbbells, we're going to go for 8 again. Okay, so sitting down into the squat. Remember, if your toes are coming off the ground, go straight back up. We do not want our toes to come off the ground. As we come up, pushing up into the sky like so. 2, 3, so don't forget, draw that belly button in to protect your spine throughout the duration of the set. We also want our knees to stay in alignment with our second big toe. Okay, so we don't want our knees caving in, nor do we want our knees splaying out to the side, staying in railroads. Okay, that's enough for that set. So here we go again into our static lunge position. I'll allow you to get into position. So out into the lunge, squaring those hips off so we're not dragging that trailing hip back. We want it nice and square, facing straight ahead. Okay, drawing your belly button in, rolling your shoulders back and raising your elbows like so. Five, and we'll go one more. 6, cool, let's swap it up. Okay, so once you're in a stable position, we don't need to take that leg out too far, especially if you're losing your balance. You just want to take it out far enough that it's a challenge, but you don't want to fall over. Okay, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, good work. Okay, so yes, we are doing a bit of lower body stuff. I did say to you at the start, it's mostly upper body. The next 2 exercises that we're going to do after the third set of the one we've just done now, the next 2 exercises, they will be just upper body, okay? But having said that, we're going to go through that same little circuit, which is both lower and upper body. We're going through that again, okay? So we're going to slow the tempo down, slow the pace down for this set, okay? So we are going to do the thrusters again. We're going to do 6, and we're going to do them a lot slower and controlled, okay? If you're starting to become a little bit fatigued, you can't keep up at this stage, that's fine. Just march on the spot and you can pick back up in a couple of exercises time, okay? So feet in railroads, facing straight ahead. We don't want our knees to come out over the front of our toes. We're gonna sit back onto our heels like so. As we come up, we're gonna push up into the sky with our hands. So nice and slow this time. It is the third set. We're probably becoming a little bit fatigued. So I need to keep it nice and controlled, nice and stable, and doing it with great technique. And that's 6, good stuff, shake it out. Okay, so third set of the static lunges. Okay, so as you get yourself into position, if you're starting to lose a bit of balance now because of fatigue, just bring that foot in a little bit closer to the rear foot. So instead of taking that big step out, we're just gonna bring that base of support in a little bit closer. But if you're still good, you've still got a fair bit of energy and control over what you're doing, we'll step out into a lunge position. Okay, as we go up with our elbows, raising our elbows up to shoulder height and lowering them back down ever so slowly. Just remember this one, we're doing a slow tempo this round, so probably about a 3-second up, 3-second down. That's 5, go one more, 6, cool, swap it up. Okay, so once we're in position, we're nice and stable, we're squared off. Let's go, so starting off elbows by the side, raising them up to in line with your shoulders and lowering them down, nice and controlled. Four, and 2 more. 5 and 6. Okay, great work. That's the end of the exercises that are going to use our lower body at all. So the next two exercises are strictly upper body. If you did have a couple of dumbbells already, that's cool. If you didn't, and you want to go and grab something, even out of the fridge, grab a couple of bottles of water or a couple of tins of corn or baked beans or whatever, you can stop the video now, go and grab them, and we're going to come back when you're ready and do a couple of bicep curls. Okay, so when you're ready, so we're going to do some bicep curls. So to do these, we're going to have our upper body, so from our elbow to our shoulder, we're going to have that fixed into the side of our body, and we're just going to pivot up or hinge up from our elbows like so. Okay, so if you are doing this body weight, it's probably going to be a little bit easy for most of you, but if not, that's cool. You can do them however you want. Okay, so we can sit down into a bit of a squatting position like so. Otherwise, you stand up in full standing extension, completely up to you. I'm going to do 15 this time. Okay, so bring our arms, correction, our hands up to our shoulder, or as close as we can get to our shoulders, while our upper arm remains fixed to the side of our body. These type of exercises too, we want to start synchronizing our breathing. So the difficult part of the exercise, when we're pulling the weight against gravity, which is up, we're going to breathe out. So it'll be out and then suck it back in during the easy phase. Okay, that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Cool, let's have a bit of a shakeout. So that was bicep curls. Next exercise we're going to do, concentrating on these muscles at the back of our arms. Okay, so probably a really good exercise if you didn't have any weights yet to grab something. Otherwise, for those of you who are more experienced, you could always do chair dips for this particular exercise. If you're doing it body weight, it's going to be pretty easy. Okay, so pretty similar movement to what we were doing before, but it's all about the upper body and the angle of the upper body to change what muscle we're actually using. So I'm going to sit down into a bit of a squatting position like so. Okay, you can see how I take my elbows back to in line with my upper body. Watch my forearm. My forearm will kick back like so, extending that arm and contracting this muscle here, the triceps. Okay, so sitting down to a semi-squat position, angling forward ever so slightly, always maintaining a straight back or a neutral back, and then kicking back like so. Okay, we'll do a full 15 of these as well. If you didn't have any weights and you were just doing body weight, I mean, that's fine, but what I also recommend doing is when you extend your arms out like that, giving those muscles a bit of a squeeze, okay? And that contraction will almost mimic if you did have a couple of light weights. Okay, that's 10, let's go 5 more. 11, 12, 13, and 14, 15. Good stuff. Okay, cool. Bit of a shakeout. We're going to go through the same biceps and triceps again. However, we're only going to do 10 of each this time. This time also, like when we did the first mini circuit, we will slow it right down. Okay, so really controlled repetitions, okay? And also too, when we do each repetition, we want to give those muscles a squeeze now that they're warmed up. Okay, so feet shoulder width apart. You can you can sit down with soft legs at this stage instead of locking your knees out like so. So sitting down, okay, upper arms fixed to the side of the body, coming up into bicep curls. Giving those muscles a bit of a squeeze at the top, just to really get a really good activation. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, and 10. Okay, good work. So I'm showing you this next one on the side. So sitting down ever so slightly into a squatting position whilst pivoting forward from your hips, rolling your shoulders back, upper arms in line with your trunk here, and we're kicking our arms back like so. If you were body weight as well, what we're going to do is each time we extend our arms out like so, we're going to give these muscles a squeeze for a bit of a deep activation. Okay, that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, good work. So, probably wondering why I've got the mat here today. We are going to get down and do a couple of floor exercises. So, in your own time, just make your way down to the floor. And you're going to come up into an all fours position. Okay, so just allow me to demonstrate this on. We are going to do some push-ups. Okay, I'm going to show you 3 different variations of the push-ups. Okay, so level 1, if you come into all fours into tabletop position, what we're going to do is we're going to lower our head and our upper body down to the ground like so, supporting the weight of your trunk with your arms. Okay, so we're coming down into push-up position like so, and then straight back up to tabletop position. That is level 1. Okay, and even if that's a little bit hard for you, you should still be able to go down ever so slightly and then coming back up to that position. You don't want to come down too far if you can't maintain that strength or you can't maintain your body weight, and you're going to lose control. Okay, so if that's going to happen, just lower yourself down ever so slightly till you feel as though you're losing control, and then come back up. Okay, level 1 that is. Okay, level 2, so from the back of the knees to the top of my shoulders, you'll see that is now in one straight line. Okay, similar type of action with my upper body, where I'm going to lower myself down to the ground like so, and back up to starting position like this. Okay, so that's level 2. For level 3, for those who are very experienced and got fantastic core and upper body strength, you're going to do a full push-up. So you come up into push-up position, lower your body down to the ground and up like so. I'm going to do level 2, so I'm going to be on my knees, and from the top of my knees to the top of my shoulders is going to be one straight line. Okay, we're going to go for, let's go for 10. Okay, here we go. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more, 10. Okay, good work. A bit of an upper body shakeout. We've got one more exercise and then we are done. Okay, so next exercise, you've got the 3 different options that I just gave you with the push-up, and you can choose any of those now only what we're doing is we're doing opposite shoulder taps like so. So if you're in tabletop position, which was similar to level 1 in the previous exercise, you're going to bring up one arm, touch the opposite shoulder, and plant it back down on the ground, and then alternate with the other arm. Okay, so when you come up with your hand like so, we don't want to be twisting your body in any way. It's a core exercise, so the goal of the exercise is to maintain neutrality or rigidity through your trunk. Okay, so it takes core muscles to prevent you from dropping down to the ground and supporting your body weight. So that's position 1. Position 2, like I was in before for the push-ups, and same thing, opposite shoulder touches. Okay, so once you've chosen 1, 2, or 3, here we go. We're gonna do 10 shoulder touches. Okay, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, we're going to come back to standing position in your own time. And we're done with the main part of the workout for the day. We'll have a quick stretch and then you're good to get on with your day. Okay, good work. I hope you enjoyed that. So what we'll do now, we'll start off with a trunk stretch. So I'm going to put my left hand on my left hip, right arm up into the air, the other side of my body like so. And bring that right arm down, so be right hand, right hip, left arm up to the air and pushing over the opposite side of our body, and should feel a really nice stretch up in your trunk. If you need a bit more of a stretch with that right hand, I'm going to place a little bit of pressure, not too much, a little bit of pressure on my hips in the opposite direction that I'm stretching. Okay, let's do a shoulder stretch now. So I'm going to face on the side. So we're going to interlock our fingers. If you can't do that, just bring your hands as close as you can to each other. If you can get them together, that's great. So I'm going to get down and do a little bit of a squatting position, raising our hands up. If you can't get them together, it's the same movement. Just bring your arms up as high as you can, rearwards, to feel a bit of a stretch in your shoulder. Okay, and come to the front. We're just going to open up the chest and then we're done. Okay, so arms out to the side. You can take them a little bit higher too if you would like. Out to the side, pushing your chest out, nice and proud, up towards the sky. You should feel a stretch right across here. So just slowing your breathing down, controlling that. Bring your body back to steady state. Okay, bit of a shakeout. Good work. I hope you've enjoyed today's exercise program. Cool.